the Reach Out and Read program. It's a great program that's for kids and their healthy development. Tell me, Dr. Vicek, how do you think that helps kids with their development and maybe the bonds with parents?
Well, that's how this program really started, is some developmental pediatricians had the idea that reading to kids would affect their development. So they started this program. It is a national program. And what they found is that it really does, that if you read to kids, if you compare those kids who are read to regularly, who develop a love of books, they are more school ready than our kids who are not read to. And you can actually test that. Their first and second grade test scores in math and English will be higher if they've been read to and they love books than kids who have not been read to.
And on a developmental side and maybe a bonding side, how does that affect
absolutely,
them?
Absolutely. So we know it affects their development in a way that makes them more ready to enter school and better performers in school. But also, there's no question that one-on-one time with the parent really increases their bonding. And we were talking before about one-on-one time with a sibling can also increase their bonding. And so, yeah, this is a great time that parents can spend together. It's a time when they, without knowing it, focus on the child's development also.
Exactly.
So they're improving the development with just reading books, and they're developing that real bond with the kids.
And emotionally and mentally, how does that help them too, you think?
Oh, no question. You know, the kids that are read to are very comfortable. They tend to be comfortable with books, and they tend to be a little bit more comfortable, I think, in the office. You know, I can just tell you what I noticed. They tend to be a little bit more comfortable in the office as I'm going through books with them, as I'm going through the exam with them. I can tell that they're getting that at home, and that relationship with the parents as well. You know, that closeness. There's nothing like it. But I can tell the kids who are getting read to regularly from the kids who aren't.
And what's the differences?
It really is just in standard development. They develop a little bit faster on some items than kids that aren't getting read to.
Maybe they know their colors. Like what would you say, like a 3-year-old? I know that with I have a 3-year-old, and he just gobbles up books. I mean, he wants me to read to him constantly.
Yeah.
But they might know something different than another one.
Right. Some of it's vocabulary. You can tell some of them are really ahead of others in terms of vocabulary. Some of it is just the way that they relate to their environment. So if they've been taught to look at the pictures in books and go through books and take an interest, they take an interest in everything in the exam room, and they're all over the place checking out this and checking out that. And it really helps. I mean, that's what their development is all about. The program is not about getting them to read early necessarily, as much as it is getting them to love books and getting them to get read to. That reading to the kids is really what boosts their development.
And I know that in the waiting room you have, in your guys' waiting room you have books,
right,
tons of books.
Right.
And then you go into the room and then you're given a book. That's what the Reach Out program is about.
Exactly. So the Reach Out and Read program is that we as doctors get books. It's a national program, but we fund it, and we get books that we can give out to kids at all of their checkup visits from 6 months.
It makes it fun.
Right. Yes. It's two purposes. It's fun for them, and they learn to expect the books. So if you don't bring a book in the exam room, they're like, "Where's my book?" You know. But then they love it. You know, we have kids come back and the parents will say, "She won't put that book you gave her last time down. It's her favorite book, and she has to get it as soon as she gets up." And we love that. Yeah. We love that.
That makes the doctor visit a little bit easier.
Absolutely. They love it. And then we use the books as we're assessing their development. So if I go in with a 1-year-old and I open up a book for her, I'm watching to see if she's going to turn the pages with thumb and forefinger, because that's something she should have at that age. And I'm watching to see if she's going to point to the pictures, not just look at them, but start pointing, because that's another developmental milestone that I'm looking for at 12 months. So it's fun for them, and it also helps us to assess their development. So while we're doing that, we're also promoting their development. And then the program has turned into a real focus for our clinic. So you can see we've decided to use it in our decoration out here in the waiting room. We change the reception area every month depending on whatever the holiday is, but we use books always in our decorations, because we want people to know that's what we're really focusing on. Then they get back in the exam room, so out here they can come here to the reading nook and be read to, or parents can read to them, or they can pull their own books out, and there's a similar area just down the way. And when they get pulled back to the exam room, there's books in each exam room as well, where they can continue to read and pull out books in there. And then I'm going to come in for their checkup visit at least and bring them a book.
So what a great tool. We have books here, books there, but it helps you, be able to have that barrier the child may be scared or intimidated. What a great program, and
A lot of kids.
you doctors are the ones that started it, support it.
Right. It was started by 2 developmental pediatricians a few years ago in Boston, and we'd become familiar with the program, and we knew we wanted to have it here. So we've been doing it about 3 years, and we have a state organization, Reach Out and Read Utah, which I'm the chair of right now, the chair of the executive board, and then they give us part of our support for the books, and then we as the physicians here, we fund the rest.
Well, that's great. Such a good tool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you here at the Budge Clinic, the pediatrics, Dr. Basic.
Thank you.